What are these dogs doing? You might think they're eating something delicious, but they're not. And you might think their stomachs are upset, so they're eating grass, but that's not it at all. They are grazing. You'll notice how deliberately Roxy snuffles through and finds just the right stalks, because dogs are omnivores. Mostly what their ancestors ate was prey, and there are some dogs for whom that's still true. But most dogs became pets or human companions so long ago that they started scavenging. In fact, the reason why we have our species of canines today, and that includes wolves and coyotes, is because they were omnivores. When the last ice age hit, there were several different types of canines, and most of them were meat eaters primarily or entirely, and they all died out because there was no longer enough prey for them. The canine, our canines, were one of the only ones that were omnivores, and because they were omnivores, they survived the last ice age. So now people talk about feeding them like wolves, but what people don't take into account is that wolves eat the intestines of their prey first, which have all of the pre-digested grains and veggies and berries and bark and whatever else they might have. Our dogs don't bring down large prey, with the exception of a select few breeds. So what they often do, especially at certain times of the year when the grasses are at their, I suppose, most tastiest, is graze. If you see a dog race out to the yard and start ripping out and gulping down grass as fast as they can, that is a dog with an upset stomach, and they will probably puke fairly soon. But when you see a dog like Roxy's doing here, where she's just sort of munching. A little bit ago, Roxy and Chloe and Doc were all at this portion of grass. It must be delicious because they were all snuffling around and they're eating grains. They will eat the leafy stems if they're delicious enough, and they will also strip the stems of whatever grain they have on them. So there you go. If you ever wonder what your dog is doing, that's what they're doing.